we are back again after I cut out my name, but I was also kind of productive in between. I put this up and then I explained it in like a little shorts vertical vid, so I'm not gonna repeat it again here. It's some of it's there, part of it's cut out, but I guess, oh well, I mean the top part that's cut out of this frame, it's just that Santanu via Ganga has Bhishma, and then Santanu via Satyavati has Chitrangada, who dies in battle, and they also had Vichitravirya, who is the one that lives, and he has the 2 wives, and then you can read that part for yourself, I guess, because I don't want to repeat it. I think I'm starting to get tired for today, so I don't think I'm gonna... well, I mean, granted, I knew that I wasn't gonna finish everything on my list, but I literally only made it through the first thing on the list. But you know what? Sometimes that's how it is. And the thing is, I'm really happy with like how it went, and I had fun. So I think that's what matters at the end of the day. But yeah, so I had some. Actually, let me check the list before I decide, because I might move. Okay. Okay, so I'll save that for when I'm a little fresher, because that one I know I'll want to yap more about. Vague for you, but it was basically, honestly, okay, you know what, I'll say it, because then maybe you can go and watch it. So The Divided Mind, it's a documentary that is free on YouTube for dads, and I watched it earlier today, and I really enjoyed. Oh, did something break off? What is this? No, clear. Wait, what is... Oh, no, it's just... Okay, I don't know, whatever. Okay, The Divided Mind, free on YouTube. And I have some quotes and stuff that I wrote down from that, and things that I wanted to discuss related to that, so I'll do that soon. What else? That can be saved for another time. That... I guess I could do that now. Or I could do that. I don't know. Decisions. Ooh, okay, here, another... I'll go ahead and give you... Because I wrote down, like, recommendations of different media that I wanted to recommend. So, before I get super tired, I'll just, like, work through some of this. So, one, I wanted to recommend, if any of you haven't seen The Good Place, it's a great TV show. I really love that. And honestly, I've been meaning to kind of rewatch it. Because I watched it for the first time only, like, a year ago. Yeah, like a year ago. And it was at a really, like, timely point in my life where I think it helped me feel a lot better about prioritizing the things that I prioritize and the choices that I make based on my values and things like that, you know? So, if that sounds interesting, just go ahead and watch it. I don't want to give you any more context on it, because, like, anything can be a spoiler, honestly. See, I managed to make one TV show recommendation, like a 2-minute thing. This is why these end up so long. Yeah, I'm already at... Okay, that wasn't 2 minutes. It's fine. Okay, movie recommendations. I had Idiocracy, which I also recently watched, like, 2 days ago. And I thoroughly enjoyed it, apparently. So as far as I heard, they basically didn't have a lot of marketing because of all the corporations that they poke fun at. This was from like 10 years ago, and so they kind of tried to quietly release it and then move it to like DVDs quickly. I mean, that's what was going at the time. It was what was popping. Blockbuster. Yeah, but that's also available free to watch with ads on YouTube, so definitely watch it, because that would be an interesting conversation, you know? There's more that I can yap about related to that. But in relation to The Good Place and Idiocracy, I'll give you 2 YouTube videos as well that you can watch if you watch those 2 things. So, for The Good Place, we got... Where is it? I I have a lot of recommendations that I wrote down. Okay, yeah, so for The Good Place, once you watch that, it's like 4 seasons, once you watch all of that, but it's great once you start watching it. Yeah, I'm saying that as if, like, I do realize a decent number of people that may run into this might be the kind of people that have already seen it, but it's fine. Whatever, watch The Good Place. There's a channel called Cinema Therapy that I really love, and it's basically a therapist and a filmmaker, and they're both BFFs, and they make reaction talk therapy movie talk videos about movies and TV shows and things. I've been watching them for a couple years now. Like, they were one of the first YouTube channels that I was watching more regularly, just because it always had something heartwarming and insightful, and, I mean, movies, TV shows, you know? But they're great, and so they made a therapist reacts to The Good Place video, so that's the YouTube video recommendation for that. Something is shaking like crazy. I'm so sorry. And for the Idiocracy, I had Jared Bauer made 18 years later, I finally get how Idiocracy came true the 2024 election. That was also a good video. That's it. That's all I got to say. For Idiocracy, the thing is I just don't want to yap more about it right now because I feel like I want to yap more about it another time. So I'm just saving it for later. Once I get started, I won't stop. With that said, we can do the love poem and then some show and tell. How's that sound for the end of this episode / entry / thing? Okay. So I'll start with the love poem because I miss my boo. So this is for you if you're watching. I should come up with a code name for him. I'll figure that out. This is my bookmark. It's called Incense by Prada. Something like that. But no, it's from Agarbatti Incense. An incense box, so it smells kind of nice. You do that with, like, soap, too. You guys should do that. I'm sure many people do. I don't know. Alright, so for today, from this love poems book that my dearly beloved got me. I love it so much. It was from, like, I think it's, like, the Costco or Sam's type compilation, or maybe it was a Five Below one. I don't even remember. But I just, like, it's pretty, it's shiny. See? It's shiny. Are you looking at the shiny? Please look at the shiny. Okay. By Edward Bulwer Lytton. When Stars Are in the Quiet Skies. Dedicated to my favorite star in the sky. Baby girl, that's you. Alright. When stars are in the quiet skies, then most I pine for thee. Bend on me, then, thy tender eyes, as stars look on the sea. For thoughts like waves that glide by night are stillest when they shine. My earthly love lies hushed in light beneath the heaven of thine. There is an hour when angels keep familiar watch o'er men. When coarser souls are wrapped in sleep, sweet spirit, meet me then. There is an hour where holy dreams through slumber fairest glide, and in that mystic hour it seems thou shouldst be by my side. My thoughts of thee too sacred are for daylight's common beam. I can but know thee as my star, my angel, and my dream. There's more. Just a little bit more. When stars are in the quiet skies, then most I pine for thee. Bend on me then thy tender eyes, as stars look on the sea. The end. But yeah, so this is I thought I'd like do more poetry readings like that as well, because I have lots of poetry books like this, and I love poetry, but I never give myself enough time for it. So that's like a thing that I would like to give myself time for, and also share with thee, because poetry is meant to be enjoyed with thy brethren. I don't know. Okay, show and tell. Okay, so which show and tell do I want to do? Or do I want to try to do more? What time are we at? Okay, 10 minutes. So 10 plus the 30 plus the 30. Yeah, I might just split these into, like, separate parts, honestly. Because I think it's just easier to organize as well in case I ever want to go back and check what I said on something. Because I've been wondering about how I'll deal with, like, being too repetitive or things like that. And I think the best way, even for, like, reflection's sake as well, to look back on, like, what I did a couple months ago, for example, and then be like, ooh, you know, I have a new thought about that or something like that. I don't know. Where was I going with this? Show and tell. Okay, so actually I'll start with that one because I want to. So one of the things that I wanted to talk about was, like, maybe I'll actually, no, you know what? Okay, I was going to show you this really cool t-shirt, but I'm going to save that for after I talk about the Divided Mind documentary, because there's a point I wanted to make when I showed you this. So I'll do that then. So I will save that. Man, how do you bear with me? Which one? What was I going to show you? There's that one, and there's that one. Yeah, okay, so I'll do this one. Okay, so this is, it's what was supposed to be my dad's birthday gift, a few months ago, and I still am not done with it. I mean, he's seen the in-progress parts of it. So basically, a couple years ago when we were living in a different house, he made, like, these little lampshades. It didn't have the hearts on it, but these, like, the cut-out glittery star sticker things, he put those on and cut them out and things like that, and kind of customized, and he put the, like, red wrapping on it as well. So it was a crafty thing that he did, because he's a very artsy person. He doesn't work in artsy things, so never makes as much time as one should for artsy things, you know, like, it's the sacrifices of the immigrant parent is letting go of all of their hobbies and passions for you, and then you feel guilty about all of your hobbies and passions. But that's the thing, right, is try to make the most of them in order to make up for that, but also to process it. Because it's art, you know, no matter what you think about it, this is technically slightly my art, right? Even if it may seem silly or goofy to you, but, like, I mean, I'm living and breathing and doing this right now. Like, this isn't just the pixels on your screen that you're digesting. I'm a living, breathing human being, and I'm here, and I'm making this, and I decided to dedicate time and precious breath and energy that was broken down from food by my body meticulously just to make this. So, you know, there's a lot of, like, you should keep that in mind, I guess, whenever you come into contact with people's different arts and, like, how it played a part in their lives and stuff. And so this basically, it played a very cute role in our family's home and in his life, making time for himself to, like, do something crafty for the house at a time when it was, like, to not be working instead was wasting or losing $1 type of thing. The socks are showing on this side. Whatever. So for the birthday present, I was trying to sort of revamp it a little bit and then make it even more cutesy. Just because, I don't know, I thought it'd be something. So this is, like, for example, one of them. Like, once again, they didn't have the heart on the top, but this is one of the ones that I made thus far. And I don't know if I finished it completely, because it, like, I wanted to go all out with it, you know? Like, it's very baby girl. But I don't know if I want to do anything else with it, or kind of, like, leave the middle part specifically as, like, to remember, like, what it looked like when he put it together. Because that's the thing, is I wanted to kind of do the play on the, like, I don't know, the father's little girl, papa's little girl, all, you know, combining the arts to create one new piece that, you know, I mean, because that's what it kind of, I don't know. It's just, there's so much context that I could give you, because that's the thing, right? It's all about, like, as well, to try to give you context into how that relationship has played a part in my life, and, like, what my, like, father means to me, and why I chose to make that, like, this very, like, princess pink type of, like, a design, was because I wanted it to kind of look like, for the specific number birthday and stuff. And not specific number birthday, but more just, like, the passage of time type of a thing. I don't know if you get it, but he got it. I got it, so that's what matters, I guess. He did think it's a little silly, but in, like, that, I think all the silly things that I could create, he would still appreciate, because, you know, human being appreciation, I guess. I don't know. It's a work in progress, too, right? But that's kind of how it is, in terms of, I have a certain style of chaos with a lot of the things that I do. Like, that's technically a more uniform art thing that I've done. Sometimes they're more uniform, but I think a lot of the things that I find interest in are, like, very hyper-detailed abstract things. And that tends to throw some people off, including the eyes and taste of my own family, who is more exposed to, like, very repetitive artsy graphics and like, intentional art in a lot of Indian type of, like, house decor and things like that. I don't know, like, it's beautiful, but it's a different flavor than the weird mishmash that I put into things that I make, I guess, you know. So I was trying to bring out the basically messy mishmash in that, because I want it to look like you wouldn't get it unless you were looking at that lamp for every day of your life for a certain number of years, you know. Like, when I basically started med school and I went to the new place that I was going to, we had, like, the chandelier there, and so I was like, let me ask if I can bring those there, because we weren't using them at the time, and I, like, remembered that they were in storage in, like, a box. So I went and I got it from the little box, and sorry, the tiredness is just really hitting me. I'm slowing down. Yes. Brother visits again. Hello, brother. Okay, so I brought it to that med school housing situation as well, and I really loved seeing that for the past 2 years. It's been, like, I don't know, it's just, sometimes that's, like, the little snap back to reality that goes gravity that you need, is to see that, like, little crafty thing that you enjoyed as a kid, and remembering that, like, life is that deep and it ain't that deep all at once, and it helps with med school stress, I guess. But I don't know, yeah. So I just wanted to share that because it's still an in progress, many ADHD projects of mine, and it's like a wholesome one. So yeah. Okay, since I'm starting to become more and more verbally incoherent, and I'm definitely getting hungry because I feel kind of nauseous, so I'm gonna wrap this up with, I'm going to read basically my AP World History teacher. I loved her. She was amazing. She was basically, for context, I won't say name, but I will just say that she was raised in like a hella WASP community, like white Anglo-Saxon Protestant community, and now she has wifey and teaches AP World History and is a badass bitch. And I should send her this channel. I'll do that tomorrow. I didn't think about that. Maybe I'll let her in on the anonymity. Like, a few friends know, you know? So, I don't know. Maybe I'll let her into that inner circle. Because I like, she's amazing. When I graduated from high school, she made a donation to Doctors Without Borders in my name. And was like, you got this. Like, you're gonna do great things, type of a thing. And, like, when I tell you that made all the difference in the world for me at the time to hear that, and to, like, get that little email where it was like, so-and-so has made a donation to Doctors Without Borders in your name, and the message was like, congrats on the graduation, you know, like, I was like, you know, but, like, all inside because I thought I had to hold it all in. Yeah, we've grown since then, but I think she'd actually really enjoy seeing this. Like, this has been such a, you know, the messiness is clearly visible. Like, this isn't even a fully done anything, and I'm gonna have to take it down for household things for a couple days as well, you know? Like, there's a whole, this isn't perfect, but yeah, that's exactly kind of why I don't need it to be perfect to show it to people that have been supporting me along the way, you know? So, yeah. So-and-so, when you eventually get to this part, because I feel like you probably will, I hope you have enjoyed it thus far, and I love you very much. Yeah, okay, so, this one's for you, Miss So-and-so. So, basically, for our notes, we were supposed to get a binder. Wait, no, I think it was binder or journal. I don't remember, but whatever it was, you were supposed to write on the inside of, like, the journal binder a quote related to, I think it was either a quote related to education or a quote related to, like, studying or, like, school or something, you know? I would, like, that's the same thing. What am I talking about? I'm so tired. Okay, it's fine. A quote related to something that I'm pretty sure was either education or social studies, because it was a social studies AP World History class. And it goes like this. Democracy cannot succeed unless those who express their choice are prepared to choose wisely. The real safeguard of democracy, therefore, is education. I think I said that a little buffered, so I'm going to say it one more time for the people in the back, and a little more normally, because I was glitching out slightly because it was written in poor cursive. It was okay cursive. I'm being hypercritical of myself, as always. Democracy cannot succeed unless those who express their choice are prepared to choose wisely. Democracy cannot succeed unless those who express their choice are prepared to choose wisely. You are all the protectors of democracy. I am a protector of democracy. Every person that exists can be a protector of democracy, especially when they choose wisely. And to choose wisely requires preparation and education and proper thought. This is going into my eye. All right. The real safeguard of democracy, therefore, is education. That sounded like the beginning of that one song. Just the I was. I have a very auditory memory, interesting. And so sometimes the little jumps that my brain makes basically are things like this, where I started a sentence and I was like, I was. And the sentence I was trying to say was, I was 16 when I wrote this in my journal, because this was junior year of high school. I took this class and I was 16. And I am now not 16. But, like, I'm proud that 16-year-old me gave enough of a shit to write that down. Because the thing is, a lot of 16-year-olds are too worried about what's cool and what's gonna keep them popular and, you know, in the good graces of the dumbest kids in class, you know. And I'm not saying that to hate on the dumbest kids in class. I'm saying that, like, I think I'm a pretty damn cool person, and I made it this far by giving a crap about my opinions and my morals and education and learning and curiosity. So, if you are someone that at all enjoys any of this or any of what I'm saying, just know that it's not because it's me, it's because we are learning together, we're being curious together, and that's something you can do without me. You don't need me on a screen next to you in order to participate in the world available around you. Not everything costs money. Yes, most things cost money, but there are ways to be curious affordably. And where there is a will, there is a way, and we are finding that way together, right? Where the hell is this mask going? Oh my god. Stabbing the shit out of me. Okay, and that was, by the way, by Franklin D. Roosevelt, FDR. So, yeah, okay. That's cool. That's all. But, yeah, I was gonna basically, because I have fresh paper in this binder, and I was going to start using this as well for notes related to these videos instead of these that I was writing on earlier today. Like, I was gonna flip that over to oh, well, you already saw some of that. Don't look at my notes. I mean, I guess you can look. It's like a teaser. Ooh, I don't know. I don't think you should bother, right? But, okay. Do I want to pause there, or do I want to do any more? That is the question. I don't know. Let's see. I think the last thing that I'm wondering if I want to do is the little reading whatever my latest random writing thing was. I'm gonna wait on it, mainly because, so I've had, for context, 3 eye surgeries because your girl didn't have much depth perception, and diplopia, which is the word for double vision, strabismus, the word for lazy eye, other science words that we can talk about all of that later as well. Like, I'm happy to share that. And the thing is, I think that there are certain things that I would change about post-op care as a former patient myself as well. So that, like, basically with the eye-related things, sometimes once I get tired, my eyes start to drift a little more because the muscles get a bit weaker. And then the words kind of blurring, or like the dyslexic spin kind of happening to it, all gets a little bit worse. And considering the time is right now 11:22 p.m. and I did wake up at a reasonable time today, you know? So, yeah, I think it's a fair thing to say that when the words aren't wording anymore, you know? And they aren't visually wording anymore. I'm tired. I'm sleepy. Alright, well, I'm trying to get myself to wrap this up in a way that's a little bit more not sleepy. So let me take a breath. You can take it with me. Alright. This was really fun. Basically, I'm at 30 minutes with this one. So the last two segments, separate videos, I guess, that I was working on today and yapping about, I had a lot of fun with it. And it was a really good break from the other things that I've been up to, which can become a lot more, you know. So this was really great. And whoever has made it this far or has participated in any of this along the way, wherever you are, whatever you're doing, I hope you're doing it well. And, you know, with all of your heart, or as much as you can afford right now. And make sure that you're drinking plenty of water, that you are getting rest. Because if you don't rest, you can't do the things that you want to do and throw the creativity and efforts and life breaths and time in the ways that you want to, right? So let's both go rest and also eat, because I'm very hungry. Yeah, alright, that's it. Bye bye, guys. Love y'all. Take care.